Who is the best sci-fi hero of all time? Is it the rogue Han Solo, the unyielding survivor Ellen Ripley, or maybe the chosen one, Paul Atreides? Yeah, those are the big ones, the icons whose names are etched into the very fabric of science fiction. But what if I told you that one of the most compelling, hard-boiled heroes in sci-fi history is a name you've probably never even heard? Meet Jack Deth, the grizzled cop from the 1984 movie Trancers. He's a trooper from the year 2247, trapped in 1980s Los Angeles on a mission to stop a psychic mastermind from assassinating the past to control the future. To really get Jack Deth, that's D-E-T-H, you have to travel to the 23rd century. What's left of Los Angeles is now underwater, known as Lost Angeles, with the remaining area above ground going by the name Angel City. Our guy Jack Deth is a police trooper, but he feels more like a world-weary detective ripped straight out of a 1940s noir novel. As the movie kicks off, he's in a desolate diner, his voiceover setting a grim, tired tone. He's a man who has seen way too much and fought for way too long. His job is hunting Trancers, zombie-like slaves controlled by a psychic criminal mastermind named Martin Whistler. Now, these aren't your typical mindless zombies. They're people with weak minds, or squids as Jack calls them, who Whistler has psychically enslaved to do his bidding. They can be anyone, anywhere, just hiding in plain sight. After a long, brutal campaign, Jack thinks he's finally finished the job and is ready to retire. But, as you might have guessed, it's not going to be that simple. Just as Jack is about to hang it all up, his old boss McNulty tracks him down with some bad news. Martin Whistler isn't dead. He's escaped. But he didn't just skip to another city or planet, he's gone down the line. In the world of Trancers, time travel is this unique and pretty invented process. A special drug that lets a person's consciousness travel back in time and inhabit the body of a direct ancestor. Whistler used this trick to flee to 1985 Los Angeles, taking over the body of a respected police detective. His plan is to hunt down and murder the ancestors of the Angel City Council members. If he pulls it off, the leaders of the future will just blink out of existence. With the future of Angel City hanging in the balance, the council gives Jack his new mission. Go back to 1985, protect the ancestors, and stop Whistler for good. So Jack follows him down the line and wakes up in the body of his own ancestor, a journalist named Phil Defton. He arrives with just 2 photos of the people he needs to protect and a few pieces of future tech. This includes his trusty sidearm and a special watch that creates a long second, a gadget that makes 1 second of real time feel like 10, giving him a massive advantage in a fight. The stakes just couldn't be higher. Jack isn't just solving a crime, he's fighting a war across time itself, where one murder in the past could unravel the entire future. This is where the movie really finds its groove and its charm. Jack, the cynical trooper from the future, is now a stranger in a very strange land, 1980s Los Angeles. He's a man completely out of his time, and the film leans right into the humor and culture clash of it all. His ancestor Phil was apparently a bit of a player, and Jack wakes up right after one of his romantic flings, and that's how he meets Lena, played by a young Helen Hunt. Lena becomes Jack's reluctant guide to the bizarre world of 1985. The dynamic between the grizzled, no-nonsense Jack and the vibrant, street-smart Lena is the real heart of the film. Their banter feels like it's pulled straight from a classic film noir, creating this compelling and often hilarious chemistry. I mean, Jack has to convince her that he's a time traveler on a mission to save the future, which, as you can imagine, is a tough sell. But when a Trancer disguised as a mall Santa attacks, Lena gets thrown headfirst into his world. And the film has so much fun with these moments. We get to see Jack trying to navigate a world of Walkmans, punk rock clubs, and big hair, all while keeping his hard-boiled detective persona intact. The humor works because the movie plays its absurd premise completely straight. Director Charles Band never winks at the audience, he just lets the inherent ridiculousness of a 23rd century cop chasing psychic zombies through 80s LA speak for itself. It's that earnest commitment to its wild idea that makes the film so much fun. So what makes Jack more than just another action hero? It all comes down to the character and the incredible performance by Tim Thomerson. He plays Jack to absolute perfection, embodying this Philip Marlowe-type detective with a gruff, laconic charm that made him an icon of the video store era. With his silver hair, trench coat, and ever-present cigarette, Thomerson channels the classic Private Eye, but with a sci-fi twist. You totally believe he's this weary trooper from the future, burdened by his past but unshakable in his duty. He isn't a flawless superhero. He's cynical, he's world-weary, and he's more than a little rough around the edges. His one-liners are sharp and delivered with a deadpan wit that just defines the character. When his future boss McNulty also travels down the line and ends up in the body of a 10-year-old girl, Jack doesn't miss a beat. He treats her with the exact same begrudging respect he would to his normal-sized superior. The image of this grizzled cop taking orders from a little girl is just one example of the film's brilliant, low-key humor. Jack is a hero forged from old-school archetypes, the hard-boiled detective, the lone wolf cop, and dropped right into a sci-fi story. He feels like a mix of Rick Deckard with a bit of Kyle Reese, yet he's completely his own thing. Thomerson's performance is so authentic that you can't help but root for him. Released back in 1984, Trancers was directed by Charles Band, a true master of low-budget genre filmmaking. It was made specifically to capture the booming home video rental market, and boy did it succeed. For a lot of us, Jack Deth became a definitive 80s icon we discovered on the shelves at the local video store. The film's success even spawned a franchise, with 5 sequels and a short film that continued Jack's adventures through time and other dimensions. Trancers is also the perfect example of a hidden gem. It was made on a shoestring budget of about $400,000, borrowing its look from bigger films like Blade Runner and the Terminator, but instead of feeling like a cheap knockoff, it carves out its own unique identity with clever writing and just pure unadulterated fun. The screenplay, by Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo, who later wrote the screenplay for The Rocketeer and developed the 1990 TV series The Flash, is surprisingly smart. It's a film that proves a tiny budget doesn't have to limit your creativity. Sure, the special effects are dated, but they have this awesome, cheesy charm. The way Trancers glow before getting singed into a burn mark is pretty distinctive. What makes the movie a cult classic is its passion. It tries to be way bigger than its budget, brought to life by a cast that's clearly having a blast, and it's a masterclass in resourceful filmmaking. In a genre packed with epic space operas and heady philosophical trips, Trancers just hits different. Jack is a blue-collar hero, a detective thrown into a world he never asked for. He's a reminder that sometimes the most memorable heroes aren't the ones with grand destinies or superpowers, but the ones who are just trying to get the job done against impossible odds. Trancers is a hidden gem waiting for a new generation of sci-fi fans to discover. So if you're looking for something different, a film with heart, humor, and a whole lot of 80s sci-fi action, or if you're short on time because the film clocks in at a brisk 76 minutes, do yourself a favor and check it out. Who's your favorite obscure sci-fi hero? Drop me a line down in the comments below. And like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.